Welcome to Love Where You Live, a podcast with DeLily Home, where we highlight the high points of High Point. I am Mary Powell DeLily.
And I am Allison Kelly, and today we are here with Brack Culler of Heritage High Point, and he is going to talk to us a little bit about what they do there.
Yeah, well, I have to ask a question first. Or not a question, a statement. You have been in the furniture, so Heritage High Point is a furniture company.
Correct.
You and your family have been in the furniture company for how long?
I'm fourth generation, so my great grandfather worked at Tomlinson Furniture when he was a boy, and then he eventually started his own companies. And then
Wow.
my grandfather had companies, and then my dad started his own business in 1975.
Okay.
And now
All
it's your turn.
upholstery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the whole Love Where You Live, being from High Point, your family, I mean, well, obviously four generations, but beyond that, were they from High Point?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So from the dirt.
yes, Frank Culler was his name.
Oh, yeah, he
So
was the first.
so Roy Culler Sr. was one of 9 children.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. Okay.
So
And the Roy
that's
B. Culler Senior Center, right?
and that's my grandfather Roy Jr.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So there was his dad before him.
So his dad was where the furniture
Yeah,
started.
Roy Sr. started. I'm not sure about Frank Culler, but
Okay.
anyway, so now we've got a Roy Culler the fifth roaming
Yes.
around North Carolina.
I was going to say, where is he then?
He's actually in Georgia fishing.
Is he? Okay. That's what I thought. He's got quite the little gig going there, I heard.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
that's nice. So anyway, so back to you and the family. So I wanted to get a little history there because it's not like you just decided yesterday, I'm going to start my own furniture company.
So my dad sold the business back in 2021, right after COVID started.
Oh, yeah.
And so he sold the business, and I stayed on board with that company for 3.5 years. And anyway, we decided to part ways, and I gave a long, hard thought about what I was going to do. And I had people say, "Well, why don't you just start another career?" And I'm like, I've been doing this for over 30 years. I'm
Yeah.
53 years old. I don't know anything else,
Yeah.
and I
Uh-huh.
enjoy what I do, and I know people in the industries, and
Got
form great,
connections.
fortune, great friendships and
Well, you have a good
business relationships.
yeah, and history and reputation.
It's sort of like you in real estate.
It was. Look, I tried when I stayed in with the kids, and when it was time, they're getting into high school, they don't need me anymore. I was like, "Ooh, what can I do?" Well, nothing. It seems
Right.
there was nothing
It's
because that's all I
it's
knew.
in your blood,
It's all I knew because I did it before, and then now, as whatever age I was, 40, whatever, trying to compete with kids coming out of school with a degree and whatever. I'm like, nah, yeah, and it's I don't know about you, but when you know what you're doing, it's more confidence built. Like you know it.
Right.
You
It's
don't
just
have
second
to
second
wing it.
nature.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's in your blood. You say it like it's a bad thing, like this is all I could do, but it's not. It's you. That's what you were meant to do. And that's what you were meant to do too.
Right, right. Definitely. Running a factory is, I know what to do and not to do.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's a lot of detail to that.
Yes.
It's kind of like don't want to know how the sausage is made type
Yes.
of thing.
It's, you sometimes wonder, why am I doing this? But somebody's got to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
we'd be standing up right now.
Yeah, that's right. And maybe I can get some new furniture in here.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You've been a customer in the past.
I have. We do. And Braxton Culler was the company that your dad had. So what are the different furniture companies? I always thought it was always Braxton Culler.
So there was a company called National Upholstery that was
Okay.
here in High Point. There was another company called Dixie Chair,
Oh,
which was down in Denton.
yeah, I
Okay.
remember that.
And then Highlight was another division that my grandfather and his brother ran.
Mm-hmm.
And so they sold out in the early 70s to Burlington Industries. They each had 3 sons, so they were looking at six sons coming into the business, and
Yeah.
Ooh.
that's a lot for a
Yeah.
family business to absorb. And at that time, Burlington Industries was buying all the companies in this industry, and so
Right.
they sold out. And that's when my dad went out on his own after a couple of years
Oh,
and
okay.
started Braxton Culler.
I got you. Well, you've seen too, even in your short 30 years compared to 4 generations, you have seen the furniture industry. We talk a lot about furniture market and everything since it has a lot to do with High Point. You've seen what the industry's done in the last 30 years.
Yes, it's changed drastically.
Mm-hmm.
Less retail stores,
Mm-hmm.
brick and mortar stores, everything's going online, and a lot of it's being designer driven,
Yeah.
where women weren't even part of the furniture market back in the 1970s and
Yeah.
early 80s. Now they're an integral part.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's interesting. I was like, you've seen the big change, the shift. Because even, I mean, 30 years ago with real estate, and you too, like the internet didn't exist. I mean, it's a huge shift.
we had fax machines and
Yeah.
copy machines, and
Yeah.
it was wild.
Yeah, I know. So it's totally different. So tell us a little bit about your new company, Heritage High Point. Um, and I'm not even sure where to start. Like what you do, what do you make, the difference between this and another, brand, just everything about it.
Where are you? Where are you located?
So
Is it
this was our first market, and we showed at the Suites at Market Square. We
Okay.
were on the ground floor, close to Eastern Accents, and so we had a lot of good traffic. And we had about a 360 square foot space, so we were able to show 3 or 4 settings,
Mm-hmm.
and we had really good positive feedback and reception, um, and just kind of told our story. And a lot of decorators shop that space.
Yeah.
High Point's got over
Mhm.
11 million square feet worth of shopping, but that's really more geared to designers. And to be honest, there's not a whole lot of upholstery manufacturers in that building. It's like pictures and lighting and
Yeah, it's
silk
more
plants.
accessories and stuff. Yeah.
And so it was interesting. I ran into a girl who used to work at Braxton Culler from New York, and she
Mhm.
was standing there in Eastern Accents. And it was the first day of market. I just walked in the door. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. We didn't open till 9, but Deborah was standing there. So I went and said, "Hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah." She goes, "Well, what are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, well, actually just come right down there, 3 doors down."
Yeah.
And so she came and looked, and, she's a great salesperson. And she's like, "I miss selling upholstery." I'm
Oh,
like, "Well, if you want to sell this, you can." And she was
come
like,
on down?
"Yeah, I think I'll do that," because she has a lighting line.
ah,
She has a Eastern Accent line that's full home, and then she's got a picture line.
to
So the upholstery,
compliment.
so it complemented, and it
Mhm.
was not, it didn't overlap with anything.
Right.
And it's a bigger selling ticket when you're selling sofas than pictures.
Yes.
And so that was that. And the next thing I know, later in the day, here comes another salesperson. And Deborah told me to come check you out, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then it just snowballed. And so we ended up hiring over the course of that market 10 salespeople all across the country, from
That's amazing.
California to Florida.
Because when you said this is your first market, like you literally just started the company when in March.
Yes.
And,
So that's a whole different story. So there was all kinds of plans, A, B,
It's
and
it's
C.
May. I'm sorry, it's May what today,
well,
by the way?
and furniture market was April, so glad you could make time for us.
And so I decided to partner with a friend of mine I went to high school with,
Mhm.
who does not know anything about the furniture industry, but he said he could help me start a company. So he's all into the websites and
Who's that?
AI. His name is Chris Cox.
Chris Fox.
He went to Wesleyan for a while, then he went
Okay.
to Westchester
Okay.
Country Day now.
Uh-huh.
So we graduated together, and he lived out in Colorado and raised a family out there. And anyways, he's from High Point. I've reconnected with him over the last 3 years.
Oh wow.
So anyway, that's how that all started. But yeah, we basically made a decision to do this March 1st. And so we had to get the space leased. We had to partner up with a company in town,
Yeah.
and we had to make samples, pick
I
out
was-
fabrics, do all the swatching,
Yeah.
build a website. And we're still in the process of fine tuning everything.
Yeah.
But we were lucky. We opened up accounts
Yeah.
during market,
That's
and
awesome.
hired a sales
And
force.
so, I was going to say you got your sales rep. So did you even have anyone before that sales rep?
No,
Was?
we
Yeah.
had no sales reps.
That was actually perfect timing. You might be like, why did we do this? But it ended up being
It's almost like you planned it that way.
Well, I did not, but it worked out well. And,
Yeah.
like I told these salespeople, and this is what I believe firmly, all I can control is customer service
Hmm.
and quality to a certain extent. Mistakes are always made
Yeah.
in the factory, whether it's the wrong fabric or something.
Yeah.
But I told these salespeople, we're going to look after the customer
Yeah.
because a lot of times designers get pushed to the back of the line because these manufacturers want to take care of the big customers with the big stores.
Right.
And so I want to treat those, the design trade differently than they're used to being treated. And same with the salespeople. I mean, a lot of companies, they're getting bigger now,
I
and
hear
they
stories.
Yeah.
they don't treat their salespeople properly.
Yeah.
And so at Heritage High Point, we're a family business. I
Yeah.
mean, that's how it went.
That's how you were raised.
I've had people say, the furniture industry is just not as fun as it used to be. I've had several different people unsolicited, knowing that someone else had already told me that.
Hmm.
So I want to kind of bring that back to where you're not on the Zoom call every day with management and this and that, and
Yeah.
actually pick up the phone and have conversations.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're excited about the direction we're heading, and we'll be back at Market Square Suites next market.
So I know one thing, and I believe Braxton Culler was this way too. I'm not sure, but everything's made in North Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah. So that right there sets you apart. I mean, I love the idea of local.
So, so I used to run the factory at Braxton,
Hmm.
and I was in sales, and I did product development, and I partnered with Libby Langdon and
Hmm.
all that stuff. I wore every hat you could imagine. But running the factory, I learned a lot. And at Braxton, we were whole home, so we had outdoor products,
Hmm.
we had fully upholstered products, we had wicker rattan products, bedroom products. I mean, we imported from Southeast Asia. So knowing all that, we were trying to be everything to everyone,
Yeah.
and that's just a lot to
Sure.
to manage, whether it's responsibly or financially. It's just a lot. So when I had this opportunity, I was like, I'm just going to do upholstery,
Yeah.
and if they want something else, I will send them to someone else I know, but I'm just going to keep it local to where I can control my vendors and all that type of stuff, not worry about tariffs. I mean, you'll get tariffs on fabrics
Yeah.
occasionally, but anyway, so just try to keep it simple and stick to what we do best, and that's upholstery.
That's not. So you probably already knew like upholsterers. I mean, haven't been in the business a long time because I was like, where did that was actually my first thought. I'm like, where'd you get the people to make the furniture?
So,
Like,
so I do know so many suppliers
yeah.
and people that I've worked with, upholsterers,
Yeah.
cutters, sewers. You know, the industry's been struggling because of the housing market and
Yeah.
everything else, and inflation. So a lot of people, say, "Hey, I'll come work for you for 8 hours a week.
Yeah.
Do whatever it is." And so they'll just work on the side. One factory they might work at for 30 hours,
Yeah.
and then they'll have time to work a Friday for me or whoever. So there's a lot of that going on.
Piecing
Running
things
little
together.
mini shifts, so to speak.
Yeah, and that works. And I mean, and two people don't think about it. Like we know there are sewers and there's, some of the craftsmanship is dying off a little bit, but you're helping bring it back, having things local. But there are a lot of people around here who have worked for furniture companies. They have those skills, and their grandparents did it, and their parents did it, and they taught them. I know a lot of people worked in the same factories, like family lines would, work in the same factory, so they taught themselves or each other the
Mhm.
skills
Mm.
needed because it's not something you have to be taught that. It's how to upholster a piece of furniture.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, it was everybody would work for a certain family that owned a company,
Hmm.
and then those employees, their kids would come in and work, and
Yeah.
it was generational.
Yeah.
And it's the labor market's a little tighter now, and it's hard to find qualified people to cut, sew, and upholster. So that's a challenge, but their wages have gone up considerably.
Yeah.
So the labor market in town's pretty tough.
Is it?
Hmm.
Well, what about your design work? Who's designing everything?
So I have some designs. Again, this happened
Very
pretty quick.
fast.
So I took some designs that were offered to me, went ahead and ran with those. And
Hmm.
of course, you know, you can only do so much with furniture. I mean, it all kind of looks the same. But we introduced some products that were just kind of mainstream.
Hmm.
And so the people I partnered with, I got some designs from them initially because they had all the patterns set up and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and that takes a while. And I have some products that I'm going to come out with in October that I'm going to work on starting this summer
Oh,
because
nice.
it takes a while.
Yeah. Is it do you design anything yourself?
No,
No. Okay.
I might see something on the internet,
Yeah.
or a salesperson might send me a picture. This sold really well for us, and all you do is tweak it.
Yeah. Well, it's just art. I mean, every form. That's why, or fashion for that matter. I mean, everything comes around. I mean, it's
It
not like
does.
someone's really coming up with something new. It's just tweaking something that was there, or oh, this hadn't been done in 30 years, and bringing it back.
And that happens a lot more with fabric as well. I mean, as
Oh
far as
yeah.
Mhm.
the types of fabrics that become popular, so that's fun part of the industry too, to
Yeah.
see certain colors come back and go away. And
Yes, we always have the like Pantone color of the year and
Yeah.
all the I mean it's fun to watch the I think it's called the style spotters like during market.
yeah, they'll go by showrooms
Yeah.
and put a little plaque on certain pieces.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So you can kind of see, there was a lot of curvature. I don't know if it
Mhm.
was this market or last market, like a lot of curved furniture and you kind of hear little bits and pieces of what they think is coming back and making a statement. It's totally like fashion. Things
Yeah,
come and
it
go.
is.
Right.
And then some things remain the same.
Yes.
Your tried and true.
The roll arm sofa, the
Yeah,
track arm sofa.
never going anywhere. Well, something else I saw on the website that is really exciting because I don't like waiting for stuff. I'm an immediate gratification type person. Mark always tells the story like he was throwing grass seed out and 3 days later I'm like, where's the grass? He's like, you gotta give it a little bit of time. But you have a quick delivery
So right
turnaround.
now we're 5 to 7 weeks.
Yeah,
So that's
Oh, that's
not
really
bad.
I
fast.
know.
I mean, there are some larger companies that can do it quicker and have quick ship programs, but right now we're trying to give, accurate lead times, and
Yeah.
hopefully we can improve on them. We'll see.
And I think Caroline said that you can bring your own fabric.
Yeah, we do customers' own material,
Okay.
COMs. So that'll be the bulk of what we're doing. They'll be
Mhm.
sending us their fabrics. And that's great, but it's also risky
Yeah,
because if you cut it wrong or
that's
do
it.
something, then you're
Yeah.
responsible for that fabric, and
Yeah.
lots of times that fabric costs more than the frame.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but anyway,
That's where that skill comes in.
Yeah, I know. Don't mess it up. Well, I know with different fabrics too, you run into like it's a pattern, like a funky pattern. Maybe the seamstress or not seamstress.
the sewer,
So
Upholsterer? No, a
well, the
sewer.
cutter's got to cut it to where all the stripes line up or the plaids line
uh,
up. So it's got to be cut properly, and
okay.
then it's got to be sewn properly.
So what are the steps of making a piece of upholstered furniture?
So, you got all your fabric in the cutting department.
Hmm.
Normally, someone will pull the fabrics and take them to the cutters with the production ticket. They'll read the ticket, hopefully, and
Correctly.
anyway, they'll go get the cutting patterns that are hanging on the pipes, and they'll get that style, and they'll just trace out, with chalk around each piece and match it up if it's a match pattern, or if it's a center print, they'll center it up. So that it's all done by hand, and
Hmm.
they'll use scissors or electric knife, and they'll mark it, the front, the back, so the sewer, knows where to start sewing.
Hmm.
My anxiety would be so high trying to, like, cut that perfectly. I'd be like,
See?
I can't, the
And
pressure."
certain companies, bigger companies, there's automation involved where
Yeah.
the machine does it, but somebody's got to program the machine, and
Yeah.
it can get complex. So once it's cut, it goes to sewing. They'll sew it, and then there's an inspector,
Hmm.
and then they'll just send that cover to the upholstery department. They'll match it up with the frame, and then of course, the trick is you deal with so many vendors: a frame shop,
Yeah, I was
a
just gonna say.
foam shop,
Hmm.
you know, where you get your mechanisms from.
Hmm.
So a lot of moving parts to make a piece of furniture is definitely, you got to depend on your vendors and treat them right. So it's a team effort
Yeah.
when it comes to making furniture.
So just for a chair, an upholstered chair, and I mean I know there's skirts, but just a regular upholstered chair, how many hours go into making that chair? Do you think?
I would say probably 4 hours.
Really? Okay.
Hmm.
And then once they sew everything together, is it more slip covered or
No, they
like
have
they do
to they have to
carpet?
put the foam rubber on
Uh,
the frames,
oh yeah.
staple that down,
Okay.
There's a lot more to it.
It doesn't just
Yeah.
magically happen
No,
like
no,
that.
there's a lot of steps.
Well, I'm just kind of like I'm doing a little mental math here where it takes it's just really impressive. Your turnaround time, you're saying is
Yeah.
5 to 7 weeks, but it takes 4 hours to make 1 chair, and we've been doing that you've only been this company's been around for, like, 2 months. It's just very efficient. Like, it's
Well,
like,
there's
you've got it down to a science, and I think that's the 4th generation part, and that's the you have the you know the right people, and I think that is what's cool about High Point,
Yes.
especially when we're talking about furniture, because that is kind of the heart of this town.
Yeah.
But it's amazing what you can do when you have the right connections and the knowledge. I mean, that really is
yeah,
very
it's
impressive.
it's 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 a lot of hard work
Yeah.
to get it done. It's you know, you got to depend on your fabric mills as well.
Mhm.
I mean, I have a customer who needs an ottoman, and I need 6 yards of fabric. Well, I got 2 rolls out there that are all cut up,
Yeah.
and they're not 54 inches wide now. So I had to order more fabric.
Yeah.
So it's always something.
Yeah. Well, it's very customized,
Yes.
I would think. So right now, how many styles are you offering? Like chairs, you said
So right
ottomans.
now we got approximately 30 to 35 fabrics. And as far as the SKU numbers, we probably have about 18 different SKUs that we offer.
Meaning designs, like different.
Yeah,
Oh,
different
okay.
different items.
Yeah.
So we just want to keep it. We don't want to get too big. We want to keep it simple
Right.
and not overwhelm the customer, really,
Yeah. Well,
or the salespeople.
Mhm. And that's
yes.
the quality control aspect too. You're
Correct. The
able to really
repetitiveness of
Mhm.
making the same thing.
Yeah.
So
No, I
all
like.
that factors into to doing it right.
Yeah. No, I think the customer service, I think with any company you own, customer service is like number one.
Hmm.
Because if you can make someone happy, do a good job, they come back, they refer you. I think that's a great thing to focus on.
Yeah, just go, the extra effort means a
Mm,
lot to people, especially
Mhm.
nowadays,
yeah, it
because
does.
everybody's on their phone or texting or,
Hmm.
I actually had a lady in the showroom and she was from New Jersey and she was a little smaller in stature. She was short
Hmm.
and she didn't like the sofa and it didn't sit right and she was doing all this complaining. And anyway, so we let her do her thing when she left. I think she'd left her pocketbook or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was running down the hall to try to find her and I couldn't find her. And so I was like, golly, she'll come back at some point.
Mm.
Well, I start walking back towards my space and she pops out of the bathroom. And I was like, I've been looking for you. She said, You left this. And she was so happy. She couldn't
Oh,
believe that I was actually going out of my way to try to
hunt her
find her.
down. Hmm.
But
And
just
that's
little
the
stuff like
worst
that's
feeling.
funny.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I mean, that's like in our industry. It's all about the people. And
Well, and
I mean, that's
that's part of the reason why we started DeLilly Home, why we came it
yes.
because we were at a bigger corporate
Hmm.
firm before and great experience. I learned, a lot from
Yeah,
there, but we wanted to kind of do things our way.
yeah.
And so
More customer centric. So
I
no, I'm
convinced Mary Powell to start this business and hire me to work here.
Well, I just want to know where am I moving into over there?
Yeah.
yeah, you
I
can
like
move
this
too.
view. I mean,
I
I'd
tell
probably get
you.
to work early and leave late with this view.
Well, we've got
Well,
coffee. There's
well, look
wine
behind you.
downstairs
See what the
now.
view is behind you. You have to no, you have to like get up and look.
Yeah, look down. We look down
Is he
on
in there?
Oh my God.
we we look down on baby tummy Mark
That's right.
DeLilly.
Mark's down there.
And y'all are still married.
He said it maybe was not his best idea to let me have this space.
Too funny.
I always looked
I
over
did
and
not know he was down there.
yeah,
Mary Powell
I
spends a
love
lot of
him.
time spying on him and
Nah,
trying to wait and see when he'll look up. Like she'll just
I just have to text him like the eyes emoji, and
like,
he's like, "What?"
I
That
can
is so
see
funny.
you.
Yeah, no, exactly. So you've got family. Do you have anyone in your family involved? We were just actually talking about your daughter Gloria, and she what'd you say, majored in
She
tech.
went to the Wilson School of Textiles at
Thank you.
NC State. And,
Yes.
she just graduated this past
Yeah.
Saturday. And she's off to Wyoming till the end of September. And then she'll she'll start looking for something to do. She has no idea what she wants to
I think
do,
she needs
which
to work
is
with you.
understandable.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be an option.
Do
You
you
know,
want that to be an option?
well, I was in the family business and it was extremely challenging. I
It
will say that,
is. Yes.
but I don't know what the dynamics would be with me and my daughter.
Yeah.
A father son. I know what those dynamics
I
would
think a
be,
father-daughter would be
and
good.
of course, everything's different. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's a possibility.
it could be.
I
I'm
don't
Yeah,
just
know.
no
How
talking.
did
question.
you worked with Carol for a
Yeah,
while?
and those
How
two women together. It was fun. I just ignored her
Right,
half the time, and she ignored me the other half.
right. Works
And
out great.
it did. It did. You get your job done, and it is what it is. But it'd be nice though if you could continue on a fifth generation, a
yeah.
sixth generation.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And if we really get cranked up here, I'm gonna need help.
I was gonna say, well, aren't you thinking big?
I'm thinking big.
Future big.
It sounds like things are taking off pretty quickly, so I
Well,
think you need to
faster than I
yeah.
realized.
Yeah.
So
That seems to be a trend in High Point. Things get done.
Well, and two, for things to take off, I mean, that means you have good product.
Mhm.
People liked it.
right,
And
right.
people know you, want to work with you, like you said, your past, salespeople you knew, they know what they're getting into.
Sure. And me living in High Point,
Yeah.
10 minutes from the factory,
Mhm.
Yes.
that's a asset as well.
Yeah.
And again, everything's gotten so corporate, it's just no
It,
fun.
no, it's not. It's not. And it does take the fun out of it, and it takes the individual, one-on-one contact you have with people. So I think that's a great asset to be here. And we always talk to people like, oh, well, what brought you to High Point? Or what made you stay in High Point? You have an easy answer. We know what that is. But you still could go somewhere else if you wanted to, but there's a reason, especially in the furniture industry. You got everything at your
Well,
fingertips.
I've lived here 54
Yeah.
years in the same neighborhood, so that's unusual in itself.
Yes.
So,
Same
my
here.
parents are getting older. Everything in High Point, all my favorite places are 5 minutes from my house.
Oh,
And those
now
places, they range from the hospital to Walgreens to Blue Rock
to Sweetoville.
to
I mean,
Alice's house, you name it.
I'll
Tipsy's.
tell you,
It's crazy.
it's a
But
theme.
uh
Everyone we have in here, Marilyn just said it. The girls from Bundles of
I say
Joy.
that all anytime I leave High
It's fun.
Point, even Greensboro, I'm like, this is atrocious. It's taking me 10 minutes to get from like friendly to a restaurant. Like
Yeah.
that's
No, I have
ridiculous.
friends. I don't know if you remember Margaret Myers, but she's always
Yeah,
like,
I
Mary
sure do.
Powell, you got to cross the county line to come to Winston-Salem. I'm like, I don't know if
Like
I can do it,
like
but I'll try.
I don't know
I'm
if
the
it's
same
worth it.
way.
It's got to be
It's just
something good.
we've gotten spoiled. And Mark, listen, Mr. Chicago boy coming in here was kind of making fun of it, but now he's the same exact ways because you do. It's High Point, it's this big little city, and you have everything you need right here.
And it's growing with the
Yes.
stadium
Mhm.
and the
Yeah.
Condon Yards and the new restaurants and the
Yeah.
rooftop bars. And
I know.
so it's progressing, but man, it's nice not to deal with traffic.
Mhm.
I
But we're
know.
getting older, so those are the things we focus on. I remember when I graduated college back in '94, I was like, I'm not going to live at High Point. I'm too cool. And so I lived over at Lincoln Green Apartments in Greensboro with Christopher Marlowe. Remember him?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
And so I lived there 1 year and drove to work every day.
And you're
And I
like,
said, I'm done.
this
And
is
so,
stupid.
The
so
big
I
city's
bought a
not for
house on
me.
Forum Drive and moved
Oh
here in 1995.
yeah.
And then people started trickling back in.
It's
Luckily,
we have that because most people we have on the podcast are from here or just have happened to be from here or lived here a long time. And I'm always like, growing up, we were always like, we called it dead point, we call it, low dot. Like,
yeah, low dot. Yeah,
we're not like this is lame. We're not gonna stay here. And then we all start coming back. And I'm like, I see all of us that said, damn, I'm never gonna do this. And now we're here. But it is, maybe when we were younger, the social life kind of wasn't there. But
sure,
now, and I know Gloria, I know Davis says this, like there's bars to go to, there's things to do, not that everything's just about bars, but there's more of a social life and things to do.
sure,
So and I would love for my kids to well, one's gonna stay here, but the other one to come back. And I think that's a driving force with what's everything going on in High Point is keeping those generations here in town and bringing new people in, but having something for everyone. And I
yeah,
think that's where we're getting on
yeah.
this side.
It's great. And so that's how I was glad that, I partnered up with someone here in town, and
Yeah.
we're doing what I've always done,
Yeah.
and just enjoy being in High Point and the friends I have, and
Yeah, I know.
it's great.
And they're still friends with you.
Sometimes. Uh,
Well, thank you very much for being on. I
well, thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
Yeah. I look forward to purchasing some furniture.
Well, good.
Yeah,
Thank
one
you.
day
And-
soon we're going to move.
And checking you out at the next market, the next
Yes.
furniture market.
But a lot right now, if anyone wanted to look at furniture, purchase
Oh, yeah.
anything.
Tell us the website.
HeritageHighPoint.com.
Okay.
It's a very interactive website. You can drape fabrics over frames to see what a certain frame would look like in a certain fabric.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it's
But there's
very
not
user friendly.
good. There's not a physical spot for people to go and like.
No, there's no permanent spot where
Okay.
people have access to the product
Well,
at
I
this
can
point.
guarantee it's comfortable
Yeah, it is.
because you're not going to sit in an uncomfortable chair.
No.
You're the tester, right?
So yeah, it's comfortable, so that's good. I'm the tester.
That's the job I want. Chair tester.
Chair tester.
Just take a little nap. See what's a comfy one.
There you go. But okay, well, good. Well, we'll just have to go check out the website and
All
see
right.
what we can get.
Well,
But
thank you.
you're welcome. Everyone needs to like, share, and follow us, and we will see y'all soon.
Yes.